HubSpot has been a powerful marketing automation platform and sales CRM for years. But now, more and more companies are using it to power their websites too. And today, I'm going to show you why with a quick demo of HubSpot CMS Hub.
Welcome to HubSpot Hacks, where we help you get more out of HubSpot.
We all know that in this day and age, a good website is essential to business growth. But managing a business website can be a bit of a pain. You're often worried about plugin updates and security concerns. Marketers have to rope in IT or developers every time they want to make a change. And websites can quickly just get out of date and just become a huge hassle. So with HubSpot CMS Hub, they've designed it to help you overcome those challenges and also allow you to manage your website in the same tool that you're managing the rest of your marketing efforts and your sales CRM. So let's dive in and show you how it works. Right now, we're looking at all of the themes we have installed inside of HubSpot. Just like a lot of website builders, HubSpot CMS Hub is going to be based on themes. Themes give you a place to control settings across your website and also give you some tools that you can use to build and update or maintain your site. So when you first sign up for HubSpot CMS Hub, there's going to be a couple themes that HubSpot gives you. This growth theme here is the most popular, and that's the one we're going to use for the demo today. But you can also easily purchase other themes or have a developer design a theme for you. So HubSpot has a theme and template marketplace. You can get here if you're in a HubSpot portal by going up here to this little store icon and clicking on template marketplace. And we're looking at our themes here. So there's all kinds of different themes. There's free themes, there's paid themes, and they'll give you different page layouts, different modules that you can use to build pages, which I'll show you here in a second. And then the other option, of course, is to have a developer or a marketing agency or a HubSpot consulting firm design a theme custom for you. That's oftentimes what we do for our clients. We use a combination of kind of a boilerplate theme, make some customizations for that client, and that way you have full control over making a website look the way that you want to. But regardless of whether you go with HubSpot's built-in theme that you get from the get-go, or you download a theme from the marketplace, or you have somebody build your own theme for you, it's going to be a similar experience. So we're in our settings here, go to the skier icon and website down here, and then themes. And you'll see all the themes you have downloaded. And when you click into view a theme, this is where you can sort of control settings across all of your website pages. So we can see it live here how changes we make to these design settings affect the theme. So if we want to change our colors here, and maybe we want to make this primary color red instead of blue, you can see in this theme that changes the buttons. Exactly what settings you have available and how they affect the theme is going to depend on the theme that you have. But what this starts to give you is right away a very easy spot where you can go and control design settings that it's going to affect the whole website, so you can keep things very consistent. You don't have to go into every place on the website and make sure you're pulling in the same design settings here as you did on this page, etc., etc. So for CMOs, brand managers, people that are responsible for having that really consistent brand experience, themes are a great place to start. So once you've got your theme set for your whole website, now it's time to actually start building our pages. So HubSpot has a website section. You also get the ability to create blog posts and things like that when you have CMS Hub, but we're in our website pages section here. So to create a new page, very simple. We just go to create and website page. We'll just call this test 2. I think I have test 1 probably already in here. We'll create the page. And then what you're going to see is you're going to see the page templates that are available to you in the theme. So I mentioned we're using that growth theme. That was the theme I just adjusted those settings on. And in this growth theme, we've got a few different page templates already created for us. And again, the exact page templates you're going to have are going to depend on the theme that you're using. So let's jump in here and create a home page. We're just going to select this template, and it's going to populate in here. If you already use HubSpot to manage a blog or a website or landing pages, a lot of what I'm going to show you here, you're going to be familiar with. It's a very similar experience. It's one of the great things about HubSpot is when you bounce from one tool to the next within the platform, very easy to use, very similar experience across those tools. So if you know how to do one thing in HubSpot, chances are you've got a pretty good idea on how to do everything else. So HubSpot is built on a drag and drop builder. You can have, if there's developers watching this, or if you have developers, You can hard code everything and prevent drag and drop if you want more control over the design. You certainly can do that, but more and more HubSpot websites and more themes have this drag and drop capability. So this is a drag and drop theme. So it's got this page pre-populated, but this page is made up of a bunch of different modules. And you can kind of see as I hover over different things here, we've got a module for this headline, we've got a module for these logos. And what you can do is you can easily rearrange how these modules appear. And you can also adjust the settings of the modules. So if you click on any of these modules, say we're going to click on this logo grid here, you can see we can jump in here and replace this logo, remove this logo. If we want to change another one, we can just go in here. So we've got our content settings for every module, and then we also have some style settings for every module. So I mentioned that most of the styles, or the high-level styles that affect the whole website, are going to be in those theme settings. But we've also got a few styles that we have for every module here. So we've got styles that affect the, in this case, our height of our logo images, if we want background, how those images are spaced out. And we've also got some changes that we can make to the layout of this grid here. And so these settings, again, are going to depend on the modules that you have available to you. That's why a custom theme is great if you've got the capability to do that, because you can actually adjust what settings are available to the marketers or whoever else is actually creating and editing your web pages. So you can give them the control that they need while maintaining the control that you need to keep everything consistent. So we've got content settings and style settings. If we want to edit this headline, we can just click in there and type and do that very easily. We can also add tools in here. And so this is one of the things that I really like about HubSpot CMS Hub, especially compared to something like a WordPress, is a lot of what you need is just built in here. You don't have to go find a plugin for this and a plugin for that. So a couple things that are just HubSpot tools that are available on the platform that are built in here. One that I like is calls to action. So these are just like they sound, calls to action. They can be buttons or little images or a combination of text and images that drive conversions for you. And you can create a call to action and place that across your website, landing pages, blog pages, even in emails. And you can see for that same button or that same block of text with a button, how that's driving conversions, how many people saw it, and how many people clicked through to it. So don't judge my design skills here. We're not gonna make this look pretty, but we'll at least show you what we can do here. So we just drag and drop that call to action here where we want it on the page, and then we can select a call to action that we've already built. So we'll use this one about HubSpot Hacks videos. And so you can see it comes with a little image, some text, and a button. And I can add this to as many pages as I want, or even an email, and start to see how that's driving conversions across. We have a whole video about CTAs that we'll link up here that you can check out in the description. So that's a tool, like I said, already built into HubSpot, great for reporting, great for driving conversions. You can already see how HubSpot really optimizes their CMS Hub to help you drive conversions, drive leads, drive customers from your website. And at the end of the day, that's what it's all about, right? So that's one tool. Another tool that I like is HubSpot's forms. So we'll go to this add here, type in form, and we can drag and drop a form in here. And again, don't have to go find a form plugin or anything like that. All built in, all using HubSpot's forms. We just select what form we want here. So let's say we wanted a white paper, and we've got this form here. Again, you can customize the styles and things like that too, however you would like. Another thing that HubSpot has built in that I really like is the AI tools. This is pretty new for HubSpot, but they've made leaps and bounds even in the past month. Probably by the time you're watching this, it's even more advanced. So let's say we wanted to use AI to help us write some copy here. So HubSpot's AI button is this little diamond here. It's called AI Content Assistant. So let's get rid of this filler text. And I'm doing this live, so no judgments on the kind of copy it gives me. Like I said, they're new tools, and we all know that AI content needs some editing usually before I publish, but it's a great place to get started. So let's say we want a paragraph. We want a paragraph about why it's great to build websites on HubSpot CMS Hub. Let's see what AI has to say for us. All right, we can check it out here. I'm just gonna hit insert, I trust it. Ooh, that's really long. That's way too long for a website homepage. Let's select all of that, use our AI assistant again, and let's shorten that a little bit. Insert that. That's better. Now I've got a great starting point that I can just come in here and edit. Maybe I don't like some word choice, or maybe I need to edit it to make it in my brand voice, but I've already got, you know, a couple clicks, some copy to get started with. So that, again, built in. I don't have to jump over to ChatGPT and get my content or use a plugin to do it. It's all right here in HubSpot. Another thing I like about HubSpot is that it combines the CMS or the CRM with your CMS Hub. So you can actually use personalization tokens as long as the person that's visiting your website is in your CRM and there's a cookie associated with them. You can start to personalize things. So built with you in mind. That's a pretty good headline, but let's say I know who's on our website and I actually want to use their name in here. So rather than saying you, I'm going to insert a personalization token, personalize. I'm going to pull from the contact and I'm going to use their first name in here. And if I don't know their first name, it's going to use this default value, so then we'll just use you. So now when somebody comes to their website, if they're cookied, they'll actually see their name on your homepage. How cool is that? And it's just because HubSpot is integrated with your CRM. So at any time, we've got kind of a preview as we build it out, but we can also use this preview button here. We can preview the page on a desktop computer, on a laptop size, or on a mobile size, so you can really make sure that your website looks great across all of those things. We can also view it as a contact. So right now, we don't have any contacts selected in here, so we're just using that default of view. Let's see what happens when we're viewing it. And you can see we've got a pop-up CTA set up. So again, another HubSpot tool that's just set up in that CTA section. So get out of there. Let's see what happens when we view it as if I was coming to the website. And if I was coming to the website, I would actually see my name right there. So that's an awesome feature that you have with personalization tokens just right in here. So we'll jump out of that demo. So that's building the page. For every page, like you would expect when you're building a website, you have some page settings. So you can have an internal name for this web page so you can keep everything straight. A page title that's public facing will show up in those search results. You can adjust the URL. By default, it'll pull in whatever you've got for the page title. We can have a meta description, again, for SEO. We can associate this page to a campaign. We can have a featured image for this page, so when people share it on social media and all that, that pulls in that image. So all of those settings, again, I don't need any plugins for this. It's just all built in right here. I mentioned this meta description for SEO, but HubSpot's going to take us quite a bit further. We've got this little dashboard button over here. If we hover over it, it says optimize. We can click on that and it's actually going to give us a bunch of SEO recommendations, again, built right into HubSpot. So if I'm using HubSpot's SEO tool and I've got core topics set up, I can associate this page to a topic, but even if I don't, it's going to give us some suggestions here. So we're good with header. We've only got one H1 tag. Looks like we still need a title. We still need a unique domain name. We need to make sure that title is the correct length. We need a meta description. So it's going to walk you through kind of a basic checklist of making sure your page is good to go from a search engine optimization perspective. So everything I've shown you so far is available in HubSpot CMS Hub Starter, which is very inexpensive depending on what deals you get and all that kind of stuff, and whether you buy the full suite or just it. You're looking about 20, 50 bucks a month. And that's going to host your website. It's going to give you this website builder, and everything we've talked about so far is included in that. Now I'm going to go through a couple features that are available in the professional version. So a step up in pricing, but also a pretty big step up in features. So one of those is the ability to do smart content. So we talked about personalization tokens. We can pull in information we know, but we can also adjust content using HubSpot's smart content rules. So we can click on any module here and click on this little pencil icon to get our settings. And we see this smart rule. So I can add a smart rule, and essentially what it's going to do is it's going to add a variation of that module that I want to show to a certain subset of website visitors. So we can do that based on the source, the ad source. So if we're running ad campaigns from different sources and we want people from one source to see one message and people from another source to see another message, we can do that here. We can do that based on contact list membership, lifecycle stage. So I'm gonna do lifecycle stage. And let's just say if their lifecycle stage is customer. So if they're already a customer, we want them to see, I don't know, content for customers, something specific that you would only want to show customers. And now if the visitor comes to the website, again, if they're cookied and if they have that lifecycle stage set to a customer, so they're already labeled as a customer in your CRM, they're seeing a different set of content and getting customized and personalized experience for them. You can also do this based on country, device type. There's all kinds of things that you can base that smart content on. Another feature that I know a lot of people love that's available in the Pro version is A/B testing. So let's say something like a homepage, right? Maybe we're testing a new brand message or a new headline on that homepage. We can create an A/B test. An adaptive test is something you can also do with the enterprise version. This allows you to create a bunch of different tests and it'll kind of dynamically pick different versions and then show you what's best. A/B test is going to test A version versus B version. It's a little bit more simple, but still very powerful. You can label it however you want to. And then you'll get the ability in this top section here. So right now we're editing the B version. So let's just say growth theme B. And now 50% of people would see that. And if we wanted to change what we're seeing in the A version and the default version, you can see that goes back. So now we can start to test different things and we can get reporting on which version is driving more conversions or driving more click-throughs or driving more time on page, all of that great reporting that you would expect with HubSpot. All right, and then the last thing that I'm gonna mention here on the page builder, this is gonna be available in the Pro version as well. It's a little bit complex and does require a developer, but for the people that need it, it's great. And what it allows you to do is HubSpot has a database tool called HubDB. It's basically a table of information, and you can create pages dynamically based on a table of information. So what it allows you to do is a developer creates one template and says, pull in column A here, column B here, and it kind of builds those pages dynamically. So you create one template, one page, and you can use that to power 100 pages or more about things like events, for example. You might have a bunch of different events that you don't want to go in and create 100 different event pages and edit all that text. You want to be able to just edit in a table and it creates that page automatically for you. So that's called dynamic content. That's another feature built into HubSpot CMS. A little bit harder to demo because it does require a developer, but very, very powerful. If you've used HubSpot, you probably know that one of the great things about this tool is its reporting capabilities. So I'm going to show you a couple things there. So this is our traffic report, and we can see how much traffic, or in this case, how many sessions are we getting. We can see this over time on this nice line graph here. It's broken out by source, so organic search, referrals. So we get all this reporting for our HubSpot website. We also get much more in-depth reporting below here. So we can start to see how many people, what percentage of people that visited the page actually became contacts, how many new contacts did we get. This is actually a live portal, so I'm not going to click into it because it'll share sensitive information. But if I actually clicked on this 43, it would actually show me those 43 contacts that have been created from organic search in the last 90 days. So again, that power of having a website built with your CRM, not only can you see how many conversions it drove for you and where those conversions came from, but you can actually take action with those contacts directly from the reporting that it's going to give you here. You can also see reporting on an individual page basis. So if we jump into a landing page here, we'll just jump into the landing page for our upcoming webinar. Landing pages work very similar to web pages. You can use the same theme and everything for them, and the building experience is the same. So we can actually see here metrics for this individual page. This is also where you would see differences between our test results. If we had an A/B test, you'd see those results here, give you optimization suggestions again, and then we can see performance based on any sort of date range again, how many page views we've seen on this page, how many form submissions, how many new contacts that represents, any new customers that would represent, etc. We can see that graphed out and all kinds of data in our reporting, just like we would expect from HubSpot. And then last but not least, I think one of the really, really powerful things about HubSpot is not only does it have this website builder tool and all the reporting capabilities that I talked about, but the hosting is built in. So you don't have to find a tool to build your website and another tool to host it. The hosting is built in and it's really, really good hosting. So the hosting from HubSpot is going to handle a lot of things around security. So you're going to get 24/7 security monitoring. You no longer have to worry about, did my website get hacked or did I get, some junk spam URL clicks and buttons and things like that put in my webpage when I wasn't looking, or my information stolen. So much less concern about that than some of the other website builders and hosts that you might have. And they also optimize it with speed. So I'm going to use some acronyms here, but if you're familiar with them, you'll know. So use a CDN, which basically allows people from different locations that might be kind of really far from the home server where your website lives to access your website very quickly. Uses great caching principles, uses automatic image compression. So all kinds of things to optimize your page, your website for security as well as speed. So, and all that happens just in the background and just built into HubSpot. So I've said it a lot, but one of the great things about the CMS Hub is it's just built in, it just works, and it just gives you those tools that you need to worry about the things that you need to worry about to make sure your website is actually driving growth for your business, and not make you worry about all of those other things that can be handled by technology, can be handled by the people that make the website platform, the security, the IT concerns, the speed, all of that just built in for you. So that's why I love HubSpot CMS Hub. Really encourage you to give it a try. If you have any other questions, please reach out to us. Make sure you hit that subscribe button for more HubSpot tips, tricks, and how-tos, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.